And I'm totally like clearly audible, no? My voice is clear, no? I just want to check. Voice is request chaining process, and what is like how to make use of variables. So what is request chaining process? Request chaining process is nothing but creating one repository, fetching one the created repository. Okay, if it is needed, then update a repository, then fetch the updated repository, delete the repository, and fetch the deleted repository. It means it states that whatever action we are performing here, and we are just cross verifying it is performed well or not. Okay, it is performed well or not, and to see the result, like whether it is performed or not, we are fetching it. Okay, so whatever we are creating, whatever we are updating, whatever we are deleting, we are just fetching it. And we then what we did, we just add all these requests in one collection, in one run collection. Basically we just run the whole collection, so multiple requests has sent to server at a time, multiple requests and has sent to a server at a time. So what server will do, like basically server will start executing all those requests which are in chain. These requests are in chain. So one multiple requests sent to a server in a chain, we call this process it as request chaining process. Was simply like, you please go to Google or ChatGPT or anywhere, you please find a proper definition for understanding what exactly it is in practicals. While doing practicals, what exactly it is, what we mean by, what we mean by request chaining process, we understood. Okay, but for the proper definition, see, I'm just making my own definition. You please search it in Google, as I told before in my previous session, that please you go and search, do some R&D about this and get back to me. Have you did, like, have you make any definition, or have you searched any definition for request chaining process? Have you? Come on, guys, tell me, I'm audible, no? Hello. Okay, that. So moving on. Okay. Technique where you programmatically make multiple API requests to perform a particular function with each request feeding subsequent request. Okay, done. Got to know. So yeah, it's good to see that you are searching for, but that you are doing some R&D about this thing. Okay, it is good to, it is very good to see that. Okay, done. So GitHub, that's all about GitHub. Okay, and that now I will tell you how to. You already know how to use variables. Okay, but again I will tell you, the people, the persons, the students who have missed my previous session, they can know. Okay, so see, I will add one request. I will add one request, and I will obviously give this request name as create repo, because in repositories in GitHub we are dealing with repos. So I will give a name as create repo. Okay, then I will give one URL. For URL, where I have to go, I will go to this API. I will open it in new tab. Okay, then I will go to REST API, and then overview resources in the REST API. Then I'll copy it. Then I'll copy it. Then I will paste here. So instead of pasting here, I will make it as a variable, because this same URL I'm going to use in my whole collection. Okay, in my whole collection, I'm going to use the same URL. So what I will do, I will go to environments, I will click on globals. Okay, I will make a variable. I will name it as base URL, base URL. I will give the initial value, and the current value is also this. You know the meaning of initial and current value. I already told in my previous session. Okay, done. So I will click on save button. Why I am making it as global variable? Because the variables which are used across workspace or across collection, we call it as global variable. So just save it. Just because base URL is going to be used in my all requests, that's why I'm making it as global variable. Then I will go to collection. I will go here. Then I will call base URL. How to call it? Just make use of these curly braces. Then click on this base URL. See, now I need endpoint. So again, in overview, I will scroll down a little. I will go to repositories. Again, I will go to repositories, and then I will look for endpoints. What I'm doing here, I'm creating one repository. So create a repository for the authenticated user, and then copy the endpoints and paste it here. Okay, and then paste it here. Then obviously I need some body. So JSON, I will write one body like I have given some name in, okay, like this you have to do. Uh, is understanding? Understanding? Okay, let's save it and send it. Why I'm getting this 401 unauthorized? Because I don't have what? I don't have token for this. So I will go. What I will do? I have. Okay. Okay. So I will go. I will create one token. What I will do? See, I'll go to settings. I will go to settings. Then in settings, I will go to developer settings. And then personal access tokens, token classics, to generate new token classic, confirm the password, then token for repo. And now only I will select this delete repo as well. Both I will select, generate one token. This token I will copy. This token I will copy. Now token is copied. Okay. Now I will go to environments. This token also is going to be used globally in my collection. So I will make it as global variable. Okay. I will make it as global variable. I will write token. I will give the token value. Okay. I will give the token value. Then I will save it. Now I will go to collections. See, that's how you have to work. I will go to collection, go to create repository. I'll go to authorization. Then I'll select BRL token here. Then what I have to do, I just have to this make use of, and then I'll select token. See, now if I save it and send it, let's see what I'm getting. 200. Okay, okay, but just because I have to use one operation that is post. Correct, correct. Now 201 created. Okay. Again, I will give another request. Make use of get fetch repo. Okay. Then URL. What URL I have to use? Base URL. And obviously for endpoints, we have to go for again and again because it is different for every. So I'm getting a repository, get a repository. I'll copy this and paste it here. Okay, now again we can make use of variables here in owner repository. So what I will do, I want owner and repo. So first I will create one variable for repository. So I will copy this, I'll go to environment. Now here and I will make it, I want to create it as local variable. So for local variable, I need one local environment. Like I need one environment, I will name this environment as test environment. Okay. Then after naming it as test environment, I will write it as owner or a repo. Okay, this and this. Then I will save, and then I'll come back to collections. So now, if I want to call owner, how I can call it? Like this. But here it is not coming. There I have saved in test environment, I have saved these local variables. Why it is not coming here? In fetch repo, if I want to call See, I have clicked on save button. It is also saved. See, it is saved here. But see, it is saved here. But why it is not coming in fetch report? Tell me. See, it is not coming. Why it is not coming? Tell me. Come on, fast. हाँ ग्लोबल में भी स्टोर कर सकते हैं अमन, बट जस्ट बिकॉज ये वेरिएबल्स लोकली यूज होंगे, या फिर जो रेपो नेम होगा अगर मेरे को दूसरा रेपो नेम क्रिएट करना हो तो इसलिए मैं इनको लोकल वेरिएबल में सेव कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है. नॉट सेलेक्ट एनवायरमेंट, एनवायरमेंट सेलेक्ट नहीं, सेलेक्ट अबव. करेक्ट, करेक्ट गाइस, करेक्ट. I have to select here, it is selected no environment, here it is selected no environment, so I have to select my environment. In which environment I have make it I have make use of variable, that particular environment I have to select. So I have select my local environment. Now I will try to call it, then it is coming. See, then it is coming. So I'll select owner first, then slash, then again use of curly braces repo. Okay, then I will save it and then I will send it. Okay, 200. Okay, then again if I want to update it, again I will add one request, update, update repo, update repository. Okay, uh, then I will make use of base URL. Then what next? Base URL. Uh, for we are doing patch here, update a repository patch operation, endpoints are slash repos slash owner slash repo. Okay, so slash repos slash slash owner slash repo. Okay, slash repo, see, slash repo slash owner slash repo, same thing, slash repo slash make use of variable, then again make use of variable. Okay, screen is not, is it screen is visible? No, it one object. I will just change the description, like, see, I will change the description as football player, then comma private. This time we'll make it as true. Okay, yeah. Now I will save it. As you can see here, one repository is created. You can see here, one repository is created for Zlatan footballer. Now it will change as football player and it will become private. How? By just clicking on send button. Oh my god. I need to select bearer token as well because I have to ask for permission. Now if I send button 200, okay. Now if you refresh here, it will become football player private. Okay. Now if I want to delete it, how can I do it? Just add one more request. Select the delete operation, delete request, delete repo. Okay. Delete request, you select this URL from here. Go for endpoints, delete a repository slash repos, same thing. Again, I will come here slash repos slash owner name slash repo. Okay, I will save it. I will make use of yes, save it, and I will send it 204. No content. What does it mean? If you refresh here, it will be removed. See, easy. So guys, is it now like, see, I have make a different, I just created one different collection and I have added all those four requests. You can add like create repo, fetch created repo, update repo, fetch updated report, then delete report, then fetch updated, deleted repo, like this. Previously I did this, like this you can do. Okay. So please start doing this GitHub using variables, create one collection and start adding requests. Okay, if you have not done, if you have done, then it is great. If you have not done, please do it immediately. Okay, then you will not forget how to make use of variables. Okay. How to make use of variables in GitHub. Okay, see, I did nothing, I just created some environments. Okay, basically global environments came by default. In global environment I have added all these variables, like I have given a name of base URL and token, I have given just values, And in test environment, what are the things needed? Like a repo owner, I have given value as well. And whenever I need to call, I will just make use of curly braces so I can call them. Okay, here also I have just make use of curly braces so I can call them. It is very easy. Try it once, then you'll get to know. Okay, easy. Now, variables part done, all done. Now, what we will do? We will first understand first we will understand how to write an API test case. Obviously, if you are doing manual testing in API test, like if you are testing API test cases manually, we have to write some API test cases also. Here also, by looking into the API document, we have to write test cases. We were learning the same thing in our automation class, that by looking into the requirements, test engineer has to write test cases. So who are we? We are test engineers. So obviously we have to write test cases by looking into the requirements, by looking into the API document. Okay. So how to write an test case, we will learn today in this class, and we will try to execute all those test cases which we have written. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm getting a call. So I've just finished one meeting in 5 minutes. Okay, so sorry about this, but the thing is, in my profession, what my uh, job profile is right now. Any time I can have some meetings in Bangalore or in other branches or something. Okay, so sorry for this. Okay, so we can continue now. Yeah, and yeah. So what I was telling to you, that obviously whenever we get a requirement, we are going to create, or we will start writing test cases. Okay. As here also we have to write test cases by looking into the API document. Okay. Obviously we have to perform all these operation, and whatever we are getting, okay, we have to write it in our test case. I will give you one default test case. Okay. I will give you one default test case. This is a test case, how exactly we have to write an API test cases. This is very important. You can add it in your resume as well. I will give you resume points, but this is the point, that if you are doing API testing manually, you should know how to write API test cases. Okay, so this is the format that we are following as of now. So I will give you this format in that WhatsApp group. Okay, so you please go and start writing test cases. You please go and start writing test cases by your own. Okay, by your own information. Suppose I have given my information, you have to write test cases by your information, by giving your information. Okay, see, I will do manual test execution in front of you. Okay, so just to save time, what we will do, now you please go explore this test case how I have written. Okay, and here I'll tell you how to execute it. How to execute it? Simple. Like in our that manual test cases classes, as a reviewer, we used to execute all those test cases which we have written in Firefly. Same thing, we have to execute these manual test cases. Same thing, nothing else we have to do. So how to write an API test cases? Now we will concentrate. We will concentrate here how to write an API test cases. Okay, see. First of all, we have to mention the environment, in which environment we are working. Suppose I have created one test environment where I have added all the variables. We know how to add variables. We know how to create variables. Super. Okay. I have just created one test environment here. Okay. See here, I have created one test environment, and I have all the variables that comes under local variables, or all the local variables which come under this test environment. Okay. Then I have given URL, web-based URL, what URL it is going to be. That's how we have to write test cases. We have to write the URL name, like for this URL, for this web URL, we are going to walk. Okay, and then authorization bearer token. Why bearer token? Because we are working in GitHub API test cases GitHub. Okay, so that's why we are using authorization. The type of authorization that is used in GitHub is bearer token. So bearer token, what is the value? We have to write the value. Okay, so you have to write like your, yeah, like you have created one environment, so write test environment, write give the URL name and give the value of your bearer token. Okay, don't use this bearer token, just give your bearer token value. Okay, and then obviously this is test case ID, that is test case API GitHub repos, because we are dealing with repos 001. So what is the description for this test case? Suppose verify if user is able to create a repo. Okay, I'm giving this one description for this test case. Verify if user is able to create a repo. The request name will be create repo. The method it is used, post. Endpoints are slash user slash repo. See how I will execute it. Simple. I will make a GitHub, GitHub. Okay, I will delete this one. Okay, GitHub, see how to execute. Simple. GitHub verify if user is able. Okay, create repo, post method, endpoint. Okay, see what I will do. I will add one request. He is telling that request name should be create repo, so I will give request name as create create repo. Okay, then what I will do, method it is used post, so I will give post method. Okay, then they have used this URL, so I will copy the URL. I will come back, I will give the URL. Okay, I will remove spaces, and then I will give the endpoints. I will copy this endpoints. I will come here and I'll paste it. Okay, then they have content type should be application slash JSON, and body should be this. Okay, so I will copy this whole body. I'll copy this whole body. I will select, I'll copy the whole body and I will select, I'll select raw. And then what content type should be? Content type should be application slash JSON. All these things should be mentioned in our proper test case. So I'm just selecting this JSON. Okay, and what body here also I have given some while writing test cases, I have given some body or payload over here. Okay, so I'll give this body. Okay, I'll give this body. Okay, I'll select, I will give this body, proper body I have given. Suppose you have to give your own data. Suppose you are a student, so you have to write your name and you have to give proper definition that you are Q Spider student like this. If you want to make it private, like basically you have to make your own repository and you have to give your own data. Okay, then, what I will do, here I have given one authorization also, bearer token. Okay, so if I am facing, obviously I will go to authorization, I will select bearer token, and what I will do, I will select this value. Whatever the value which is given in test case, you have to select proper value. See, I will copy this, I will select it here, paste it. Then body I have given, JSON, authorization, everything is done. So I will click on save, I will send. What I'm doing here, I'm doing manual test case execution. So what is coming? 401 unauthorized. It means that whatever token I'm feeding here, it is expired, because I have written this test cases, I guess 2-3 months before. Okay, so maybe this token got expired. Okay, so I have to give new token. So already I have one token in my environment, so I will make use of this token. Okay, and then I will update in my test case as well, and then I will make use of this token. Then if I click on save and send button, I will get one status code, that is 201 created. 201 created. Then simply again I will add one more request. Okay. See, in test case everything is mentioned. See, in test case everything is mentioned. Get. everything is there. Okay, verify if user is able to fetch the created repo. Okay, fetch repo will be request name. I will copy this, I will come here, I will paste it in request name, enter. Now what in test case they are saying? They're saying method should be get and this slash repo slash owner or something something. Okay, then I will use. You're getting it, guys. Please take an example of using variable. Okay, Shubham. See, simple. I have what I did just because I have created one base URL over here. Base URL, how I have created? Simple. I have just given base URL name. I have given the value. Okay, initial value and current value. Okay, suppose one token is generated, so this token will be used in my collection. So I have given the name of variable, that is token, and given the value as well. Okay, and I have clicked on save button. Now if I want to call it in my, if I want to call it in my this operation, how to call it? By using, how to make use of variables, just by clicking on this curly braces, I can make use of variable. So I'll click on this base URL. Then what is next? What is next operation? In test case, the see URL, what are the endpoints that are used? Slash repo slash owner slash repo. Okay, then slash repos slash owner and slash repo. Now you can see one repo which is created from one repo which is created. This is repo. Okay, now I have, what I will do, I have created one variable in test environment, one local variable I had created in my local environment. So I will just go to that environment, I will change the variable. See, I will just change. Initially it was Latin, now it is Kushagra. Okay, so I will change it, I will save it, and I will go to collections, then I'll fetch here. Okay, now you can see in environments it is changed it as, initial it was Latin, now it is Koshag. Okay, so that's how we have to make use of the variable. Okay, and then is it repo, save, authorization, bearer token, value is already given, save it, send it. Okay, let's see, we are getting 200. Okay, that's how you can make use of variables. Okay, see, my previously Zlatan was there, now it is Kushag. Now I'm using Kushag, so what I will do, I'll just go to environments, I'll change the current value. The current value is Kushag, so I have given Kushag. Initially it was latent, it doesn't matter if you change in this, you have to change the current value. What currently you're using right now, you have to just change the current value. Okay, then again add one more request. Okay, open your API test case which you have written. So basically in industry, one will be the person who will write test case, one will be the person who will execute those test cases. Okay, so obviously you have to test it manually first. By testing it manually, parallel you have to write test cases. Okay, so like this you have to write test cases. Okay, now in a proper test case, everything should be mentioned like this. Brief description, what is the request name? Request name is update repo. Okay, I will just fetch this, I will just copy this. Okay, I will just copy this, I will come here, I will give a request name as update repo, and now what is the method that is used? It is patch. We can see here patch is used, slash repo slash owner slash repo. Okay, I will come here, I will make use of variables. First of all, base URL, then slash repos, owner, then owner, and then what is the repo? Okay, repo. See, easy. In body, what I have to give. See, everything is mentioned here. In body application JSON, you have to select. In body, you have to give the this thing description. I will just copy it. What I'm doing here, I'm just copying and pasting. I'm doing manual test execution here. Okay, after writing one test case, one person will do manual test execution. Same thing, raw and text, JSON. I'll copy the body. I will save it. I will send it. Okay, let's see. 404 not found. Let's see the authorization. Okay, bearer token. Now save it and send it. Okay, 200. Okay, okay. Now you have to match it as well. Now, please focus here. Please understand this thing. Brief description, request name, HTTP method, endpoint, content type, body you got to know. What are the parameters? Parameters are nothing that value you are passing here. Suppose here you have mentioned owner repo. Now who's the owner? Who's the what is the repository that you have created? So you have to mention it in parameters. Same here. Here also. Here you have not mentioned any owner or repo or something. Okay. So I have not given any parameters. I'm not passing any parameters. Okay, but obviously I have to pass any parameters, so I have to give owner name as well as repo name. So I have passed some parameters over here, so I have mentioned it in my parameters column. Okay, now the status code. So this is the request properties. While sending one request, these are properties that we have to use. Okay, what are the properties? Like test case id, description, request name, http method, endpoint, content type, body, parameters. These are the properties. These are the properties of that particular request that we are sending to server. Okay, now how server is responding to us, okay, how server is responding to us, it matters. Okay, now whatever the things which are responded by server, we will add in our in our expected result, and there also is one status, that is pass or fail. Okay, so see here, obviously if I post or create repo, we will get a status code as 201 created, and exactly response time. So whatever the response time that you are getting, suppose I am getting uh, I have created one repository. Here response time I'm getting 1536 millisecond, but here it is mentioned 1250 millisecond. So it doesn't matter. It is okay. It is totally okay. Okay. Why I have added response time in our test case? Because maybe in some that those companies wants to know like what is the response time that we are getting when we are sending a request to server. Okay, I want to check the performance of this application or something, so that's why I have written response time over here. It is not mandatory, but yes, for better performance, we have to check, we have to mention response time as well in our test case. Okay, that at what time, like how much time it is taking to give us response back, how much time a server is taking to give us a response back. So that's why I have written response time over here. It will vary, it will never be same. Okay, so don't worry about this. Whatever the response that you are getting while sending one request, just mention the same response here. Okay, then second thing, response parameters. Okay, like what are the expected result that you should put, what are the things that will be in your response body, that obviously user should be able to create a repository. Okay, how we'll get to know? Obviously if we get status is equal to 201 created, then we'll get to know that user should be able to create a repository. Status is equal to 201 created, response time less than 1300 millisecond. We never have to sorry, we never have to mention that response time equal to this, response time equal to 1500, response time equal to 1600, response time equal to 1700. No, never. Always we have to mention like this, response time less than or response time more than. Okay, so suppose 1250 I'm getting, so what I mentioned here, response time less than 1300 millisecond. Okay, like this much time I'm getting from server. Okay, then name is equal to Kushag. It should come in response body. Where is response body? See, this is response body. See, while created one repository, what we are getting 1536. It is not less than, okay, let it be, okay, it is not less than 1300. Okay, and what we are getting, name is equal to Kushagar. Okay, in test case it is mentioned name is equal to Kushagar. Okay, done. Description, product analyst. Okay, so let's see about description. Let's scroll a little. In description we will see that we are getting description is equal to product analyst. Here you can see the description, where it is. See here, you can see the description. This is product analyst, and in private it should come false. And owner is equal to Kushagra Singh 17. Okay, so let's see. In owner, private is false, and in owner we are getting Kushagra Singh 17. Okay, so these are the expected result that we are getting, and we got our result. But one thing is not matching, that is response time. Here I have mentioned response time less than 1300 millisecond. Okay, but here I'm getting 1536. So what I will do, I will make it as fail. This test case is failed. Because why? Because I'm not getting response time properly. It is not, it is, and then I'll make it as red. Okay, here I have mentioned 13, less than 1300, but how much I'm getting? I'm getting 1536. It is totally depend upon internet connection. Okay, or it also depends upon the application. Okay, performance of this application, performance of that application. If like almost so many peoples are using, maybe using Postman at same time, so how application is responding to each and everyone, it depends upon that also. The response time depends upon two things: the performance of that application and the internet connection. Okay, two things. Done. So that's why it is failed, because response time is not matching. Okay, same we have to do for this also. We will just use all these details to perform such operation like fetch, repository, get. Okay, we will make use of these endpoints. Okay, we'll obviously in get we don't have to pass any body, but we will pass these parameters that we are using in this endpoints. Okay, then what status code we should get? We should get 200. Okay, so let's see if we are getting. Okay, yes, we are getting 200. Okay, okay, then 900 millisecond, how much we are getting? 433. It's okay. Okay, now user should be able to fetch the created repo. Yes, 200. Okay, yes, we are getting 200. Okay, response time less than 1000 millisecond. Yes, we are getting, it is less than 1000 millisecond. Okay, name is equal to Kushagra, description is equal to product analyst. Okay, yes, name is equal to Kushagra and description is equal to product analyst. Same thing we are getting. Okay, if I private is equal to false. Okay, here also I'm getting private is equal to false. See, so everything I'm getting here also. So this test case is passed. This test case is passed because everything is matching. Response time also, status also, everything is matching. So this test case is passed. Okay. Understanding, guys? Same for patch also. See, I have used all these request properties to send a request, then I am just matching it my then I'm just matching it with expected result, like 200. Okay, we should 200. Oh, we should get 200. Okay, whenever we are updating one repository. Yes, 200. Okay, 1300 millisecond. Let's see how much we are getting. 739. It's okay. User should be able to create repo, update repo, sorry, update the created repo, correct? 200. Okay, less than 1400 millisecond, how much we are getting? 739. Okay, description is equal to product trainer, then it should change as description is equal to product trainer. So let's see if it is changing or not. Okay, see, description is equal to product trainer. Yes, it is changed also. Private is equal to true. Okay, let's see, private is equal to true. Yes, private is equal to true. Okay, so everything like we have to match. Okay, first we have to make use of request properties to send a request to the server, then we have to match the expected result. Whatever we have written in our API test case, we have to match it. Okay, so basically how an industry it works, basically one will write API test cases. He will basically manually test the application by with the help of Postman. We will do API manual testing. Okay, then another reviewer or something, another guy will come who will do manual test case execution. He will execute all these manual test case, whether it is pass or fail. Okay, and he will be the one who will write the status as pass or fail. So this is one default manual test case, not manual test case, API test case. I will provide this test case in WhatsApp group. You please go through this API test case, and you will start making your own test case. How you have to make it? You just please give this test case ID. Okay, you give the description, request name. You just have to know about the columns that we are using in this API test case. We are using some request properties over here. Okay, we just using request properties over here. Okay, so you just have to know about all these columns that we are using under request properties, and second thing, all these columns that we are using under this expected result. Okay, so okay, at the end, after doing manual test case execution or API test execution, we have to write API, we have to write status as pass or fail. That's how we have to work. Okay, so you please go, you please start writing API test cases. Okay, you don't write like Kushagra and private. You please write your own name. You please create your own repository, fetch it, update it, and delete it. Okay, you please, by following this API test cases, you please do CRUD operations in Postman. Got to know? Got it, guys? Got it? सर वन डाउट पता कैसे चलेगा कंटेंट टाइप में ये कि एप्लीकेशन जेसन है या ना एनए है, और पैरामीटर्स एनए कहाँ होगा पता कैसे? वो हमको लिखना है पंकज। हमको देखना होगा कि ऑब्वियसली एंड पॉइंट्स हमारा क्या कह रहा है, हमारा कह रहा है कि ये ओनर है, ये रेपो है, तो बेसिकली हमको कोई पैरामीटर्स पास करने पड़ेंगे कि यहाँ पे क्या यूज हो रहा है। यहाँ पे ओनर नेम आपको अपना देना पड़ेगा, रेपोजिटरी कौन सी रेपोजिटरी क्रिएट की है वो देनी पड़ेगी। तो ये सब पैरामीटर्स हमको खुद अपने एपीआई टेस्ट केस में लिखना होगा, पहली बात। और दूसरी बात, एप्लीकेशन जेसन कैसे पता चलेगा? बेसिकली कि हम यहाँ पे ये रेस्ट एपीआई, यहाँ पे क्या आप देखे होंगे कि यहाँ पे हम रेस्ट एपीआई कर रहे हैं बेसिकली, तो यहाँ पे हम जेसन फॉर्मेट यूज करेंगे। आपने थ्योरी पढ़ा होगा कि जब भी हम लोग रेस्ट वेब सर्विसेज करते हैं तो वहां पे हम जेसन का यूज करते हैं। ठीक है, और भी बाकी का यूज कर सकते हैं, लेकिन जस्ट बिकॉज जेसन इज वेरी इजी एंड इट इज इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड, इट इज easy to retrieve the data, so many advantages we have while using JSON, so we'll make use of JSON format। ठीक है, तो इसीलिए हम JSON का यूज कर रहे हैं। Got to know? Okay, done, thank you। Please take example of using, I already did show। So is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Can you do it? Can you do it? I will share this API test case with you. It will be very helpful for you. Please don't copy and paste it. Okay, paste your token value. Okay, paste your body or the data that you are using. Okay, just make your own test case and show it to me. I want to know that how many of you are able to write test cases, how many of you are able to write API test cases. We all know how to write manual test cases, then now we have to study how to write an API test cases. It will be beneficial for you if we add this thing in our resume, and if interviewer saw that we know how to write test cases for API testing, then he will kiss us and he will then he will take us in his company. Okay, so it is very important to get a kiss from an interviewer. We have to know how to write an API test case. Okay, so if you want a kiss from your interviewer, please start writing API test cases. Okay, and please be perfect on it. Okay, jokes apart, it is very important. It is very important to know how to write an API test cases if we are doing manual API testing. Okay, so now I'll just share this API test case. You please go ahead, explore this API test case, and start. First, you perform what CRUD operation, and then start executing the test cases which you have written for that particular connection. Got to know? Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Easy. Okay. Done. Done. So I have some okay guys, so I'm just concluding this session as of now. For now, I'm just concluding this session. We'll continue this session tomorrow because I have some work to do. We got some meeting to attend, so we'll continue this session from tomorrow. Okay, I will just sharing this API test cases. Please go and write API test cases and do manual test case execution. Okay, sir, how I solve that problem? Swati, you please see, you're getting